What's going on, guys? Tom Newsham back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about what supplements do you actually need for your health and fitness journey. Now there's tons and tons of supplements out there, so I'm going to go through what I consider to be the most common ones, the most popular ones. Obviously there are a few left off this list, but I may do a part 2 if there is enough demand for it. So make sure you like the video, you comment down below that you want a part 2, and you also share it with all of your friends, even your grandma. Why not? Now timestamps are below, and if you are looking for a particular supplement, feel free to just scan along, watch that section as many times as you want. And please do watch it many times. So the first supplement we're going to talk about is protein powder. Now if you haven't seen me on my channel before, essentially a lot of my videos, in fact most of them, are protein reviews. Now because of that I'm going to kind of gloss over a lot of the details on this. The actual reviews go into a lot more detail, so if you are looking for a more in-depth analysis on, for example, Casein Protein, go click the link up there or up there, or go search the channel. I guarantee you'll find what you're looking for. Now whey protein is one of the top supplements, and it's there for a reason. It's one of the rare ones that actually I recommend to pretty much every single one of my clients throughout the years. Now the reason being is when you're trying to lose weight or build muscle, you need to hit a specific protein goal in order to optimize your results. Now it's difficult to get that in just by eating food, and a protein powder makes it a lot easier. Now there's loads of different kinds of protein powders out there. We're going to check out about 3 or 4 today, but the first one is whey protein. Now this is the most common one, and the one which is going to suit most people best. Whey protein is essentially derived from milk, and when it comes down to it, gram per gram, whey protein is one of the cheapest forms of protein out there, including meat and eggs and all of that. Essentially, it comes in many different flavors. You're spoiled for choice, really, no matter where you go, so you will find a flavor you like. And obviously the flavoring is going to depend on the brand as well. Different brands, their chocolate is going to taste different to other brands, but I guarantee if you experiment you will find a great taste in whey protein. Now the two I recommend are My Protein and Bodybuilding Warehouse, and I'm not sponsored by either company, so you know my recommendation is genuine. However, if you are watching from My Protein or Bodybuilding Warehouse, I am open to sponsorships. I'm not currently talking to any other brands right now, so if you make the first move, who knows what might happen. So to reiterate, 99% of people don't need any other protein powder aside from a whey protein. Now the next one is whey protein isolate. It's basically the same as whey protein, it's just whey protein has a little bit of carbohydrates and a little bit of fats in there. So with an isolate they just take those out of there and you're left with pretty much just a protein. I don't really see the point because the carbohydrates and the fats in a normal scoop of whey protein anyway, like My Protein's Impact Whey, is pretty negligible. I think it's around about 3 or 4 grams of carbs and maybe 1 or 2 grams of fat. It doesn't really add too much in the way of calories, and really the isolate is a lot more expensive and you're really paying just for them to take out a few grams of carbs and protein. So whey protein isolate, thumbs down from this guy. Okay, so Casein Protein. Casein Protein is a little bit of a funny one. It's got its benefits, it's got its downsides to it. I'm going to list the benefits first. Number 1, it is slower digesting. In fact, it can take your body up to around about 5 hours to digest it. Because of that, it allows your body to stay in an anabolic state for longer. And really, that's kind of the only difference between that and whey. I mean, it is made from eggs, whereas whey is obviously made from dairy and milk products. But again, the slower digestion is really why people get it. Now, the downsides are, number 1, it's more expensive than whey protein. In fact, it can be quite expensive indeed. And number 2, it doesn't actually taste very nice. It doesn't mix very well, so if you're trying to mix it into your porridge, it's going to clump it all up. And really, it's just not necessarily needed for most people. Most people, similar to the isolate, are going to do just fine with whey protein and actually don't need to spend the additional money on Casein Protein. Now, if you take it really seriously, say you've got a bodybuilding competition or just your nutrition is so important to you, there is a case for it, a case for Casein. However, for 90% of people I'm going to say it's not worth it. So, personally for me, it's a thumbs down, but you may want to try it. Again, do your own research on all of these. If you want to try it, go ahead. It is pretty rough going with the taste. If you find one that tastes really good, let me know down in the comments. However, I've yet to come across a Casein Protein that tastes really good. I actually did a full review, so if you want to check it out, it should pop up there, or possibly there. And the final group of protein powders we're going to talk about is vegan protein powders. Now, we're not going to go into a debate of vegan versus non-vegan, veggie versus vegan, whatever. Basically, when it comes down to it, the main issue vegan protein powders have is they're not whole proteins, meaning they don't have all the essential amino acids in them. However, there is one exception to that: soy protein. Now, in my opinion, they don't taste quite as good as whey protein. However, they're definitely a lot better than casein protein. I've done a few reviews on a few brands. Go check them out on my channel. There's many to choose from. But again, if you are vegan and you do want a vegan protein powder, don't go for a pea or a rice-based one. Make sure you go for a soy one, because typically speaking, that is going to be the only vegan protein powder that is a complete protein. Now, if you're not vegan, there's really no benefit to taking a vegan protein powder. So what I would recommend is only take vegan protein powders if you're vegan. So thumbs up, take it if you're vegan, but it's a big thumbs down if you're not vegan. And the reason for that is whey protein is just superior in pretty much every way, including price. So the next one is creatine. We're actually getting onto the quote-unquote supplements here rather than just your protein powders. Now, creatine, great supplement. I do actually recommend it. It gets big thumbs up from me. I don't really take it too often, but when I have, it's really helped me and my performance in the gym. Now, just to really briefly go into what it does, creatine essentially helps your body produce ATP. If you know what ATP is, you're probably a personal trainer. If you don't know what ATP is, it doesn't matter. It just means that you're going to have more strength in the gym and more stamina when you're in the gym as well. Now, that actually goes on to things like running as well. They've done studies where marathon runners who take creatine, they've actually been able to run further, have more stamina in their runs than obviously before they took creatine or when they've cycled off creatine. There's quite a lot of brands of creatine, different kinds of creatine. Now, the one I would recommend is creatine monohydrate. The dosage is about 5 grams per day. Mix it into your protein powder, have it with your protein shake, and that's typically the best thing to do. A lot of people are saying make sure you take it at the same time every single day, make sure you have like 10 to 15 grams. I don't think that's the case. I don't think you need to cycle onto it either. I don't think you need to cycle off it. Just take it until you don't want to take it anymore. There's many people out there who take 5 grams of creatine a day, and they have taken that for years and years and years, and they have no side effects. Now, creatine is also extremely cheap. It's one of the cheapest supplements on this list. So like everything else, if you fancy trying it, just give it a go. And if you don't get along with it, just stop taking it. Now, just a final note on creatine. I mentioned earlier, I prefer creatine monohydrate. That's what I would recommend to most people. If you don't get along well with powders, there is Crealkaline, which is a tablet form which you can take. Just follow the instructions on the pack. Just make sure with your Crealkaline that you're hitting that magic number of about 5 grams per day. Okay, so we're going to talk about pre-workout now. Now, this is really a supplement that I've maybe taken only a handful of times in my life. Really, what it's there for is it's there for mental focus in the gym and also a little bit of energy. Now, again, that group of people that I mentioned earlier, your influencers, that sort of thing, who are kind of chucking it in the mouth dry and then just getting the water or whatever, they take it as a bit of a fashion statement. In my opinion, it's kind of the wrong thing to do. You kind of just need to take it when maybe you slept badly, maybe your kid's been keeping you up all night, or maybe you've just had a really tough day at work, and taking a pre-workout is going to mean that it's going to make the difference between a good workout and a really bad workout, okay? Or potentially going to the gym, not feeling it, and calling it a day early. Again, the caffeine is the main ingredient in pre-workout, and it is there to focus the mind, predominantly, and give you a bit of a boost. And again, as always, you can always test these things out. A lot of supplement companies, I think Whey Protein are quite good at it. They actually give you like a sachet just to try out, like a tester. So you can take that, see if you like it. If you obviously take it at lunchtime and then you just can't get to sleep on a night, you just feel like you're wired, probably too caffeine sensitive and you don't want to take it. Obviously, your sleep is super important for everything that you're trying to do with your health and fitness goals. So if something is affecting that, it needs to be addressed pretty urgently. Again, personal opinion, only take it if you feel like you really need it in order to get through your workout. A few other ingredients in there, I won't go into them in too much detail, but some of them affect the pump, what you're getting in a muscle. Some people really like that. Again, if you're really getting that good pump and everything, don't think it's worth just taking the pre-workout for that. I can't remember the name of the ingredient in it, but it makes you have like an itchy face and it can feel a bit uncomfortable. If you are getting that and you don't like it, obviously don't take it. There's no need to take it. Okay, so for most people, again, I think it's a thumbs down. You don't need this, but if you do want to take it, there's nothing wrong with taking it. I would just say you don't need it. If you are thinking about trying it out, again, order one of those sample packs. You don't need to buy a full tub. That's probably the worst thing you can do, because some of them can taste pretty vile as well. Okay, so CLAs. So they're meant to help burn carbohydrates more easily, therefore helps you lose weight more easily. Now, there's been pretty much zero research done on this, so there's no science to back this up whatsoever. And I think, to be honest, being in the industry a long time, I've never known people like swear by them. The only people who actually recommend them are people who are selling CLAs or people who are sponsored by, you know, like a big supplement company. In my opinion, no, you can give CLAs a miss. Now, my personal experience, I took them, didn't notice any difference, so that kind of corroborates my opinion that they're BS. Personally, I wouldn't recommend CLAs. You don't need them, so big thumbs down. I'd actually avoid them. Don't waste your money on them. And finally, we're on to the last supplement, which is BCAAs, or branch chain amino acids. So very, very similar to the pre-workout. Bit of a trendy thing to be taking. You got your big jug of water, put your BCAAs in there, you drink it, intra-workout. Now I'm going to start off right off the bat. 90% of people, again, don't need this. Now, let's put it simply, BCAAs are taken so you don't enter a catabolic state, which essentially means that your body is burning through your muscle. Okay, so it's there to maintain muscle during your workout. Now, again, I don't think most people train hard enough to actually justify the need for BCAAs. However, there are a few good points. Namely, they taste pretty good. Tons and tons and tons of flavours out there, like tropical punch, cola flavoured. There's some really, really nice flavours. So if you're someone who kind of struggles with getting your water in, especially while you're working out, maybe give BCAAs a go. They're not too expensive. Again, we'll put it in a trendy category, and thumbs down, but again, if you want to take them, there's not really any harm apart from the impact on your wallet. Alright, last one. I've got a list of about 10 more I wanted to get through, but again, if you want part 2, leave it in the comments down below. Last one I'm going to talk about is pretty general, multivitamin. Okay, so multivitamin, do I recommend it? Won't waste your time. Yes, I do actually recommend a multivitamin, but make sure it's a good one. Now, good ones you can get, the ones I use are from Whey Protein. They're called, what's it called? Alpha Men, something like that, Alpha Male. But a multivitamin is there, again, to supplement your nutrition. So if you're anything like me, some days, again, you maybe don't eat as much vegetables as you maybe should do. It's not a substitute for vegetables, but at least you're getting vitamins in. Of course, you want to choose whole foods over any of the supplements on this list. However, sometimes, you know what, life gets in the way. Sometimes, I don't know, we just have a meal where we don't have veg with it, or maybe we missed out on our blueberries on our oats in the morning or whatever. A multivitamin just sort of tops up your vitamins for the day. And to be honest, they put way too much of most vitamins in there anyway. But your body's really good at filtering all that out and just keeping what it needs. And really, I only recommend it because, again, life gets in the way sometimes, especially if you've got kids, especially if you've got a busy job. And sometimes we just can't get the nutrients in. So taking a multivitamin sort of just ticks that box. A little bit of nutrients, again, choose whole foods over vitamins. Again, it's not a substitute, it's a supplement, but again, it's just there to ensure that your body is healthy and you're getting the nutrients that you need in order to thrive. But that's it, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring a ding ding that notification bell, and thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, I am in love with you, and I will serenade you from the bushes while you stand on a balcony. Now, without giving too much away, quite a few good videos coming up on the channel, including my reattempt of the 100,000 step challenge I tried a couple years back. That did not go well. Let's hope it goes well this time. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, leave a comment down below if you do want a part 2, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!